Hey everyone, I'm going to do a quick video here on using Ropewiki and looking at water flow and trying to decide what the water flow is going to be for your creek. So here I've got Ropewiki pulled up, I've got Dark Creek selected, and down here we've got some reference photos. I went into it this weekend thinking that we were going to have a moderate high flow, looking for a flow something like this. Instead, what we got was this, with the water spilling over the sides. It was a lot higher than what we expected. So I'm going to show you a little bit here about how to look at the flow. Click on the water flow and it opens this page. It shows you a map. It shows you that they estimate this as moderate high. And here are the flow gauges here on this map. Down here, this instruction here says that these are the water flow gauges, and the red here on this list is its main primary calculation creek. This was Cispus River, Yellow Jacket Creek, until I entered this high reading today, and it better matched Lewis. So the Ropewiki changed this on its own to Lewis River just today. Yesterday, all week prior to running the creek on Sunday, it was reading moderate here. So when I added this report today, it changed its calculation, and now the water is reading higher. So when I look at these all week, I was looking at this Cispus Yellow Jacket Creek, and I was watching this. If you click on this here, we're going to look at the discharge in cubic feet per second, and I'm watching it, and it's staying kind of steady. It fluctuates throughout the day, but it's lower than the median average water flow for this time of year. I last ran this creek here, this July 17th, 2022. This is my photo as well. So when this was reading 123% at 888 cubic feet per second, I thought that we were going to have lower flow than what we did. Here, when we ran it, it was 110% and 746 cubic feet per second. So this told me that I was going to get less water. Well, that was incorrect. We had a lot more water. It was noticeably higher at the real life flow when we were looking at it. So that's when I came back on this front page. Once you have an account through Ropewiki, you can enter trip reports, condition reports, and water flow. So here, looking at the water flow, I think I said this a little bit earlier, that this is the picture I added, and it's got all this additional water. So it was a lot higher than we expected. So I kind of want to show you how to make a map, and if it's going to rain in the area, what to expect for the water flow. If you've got snow in the area, you can look at that. We did run into a little bit of snow at 5,000 feet, and I looked at a layer off of CalTopo, and it said there was some snow up there. And since it's been so warm this June, we really didn't think it would be there. So here's how to make a map of the area. I'm going to download the KML, and here it's downloaded Dark Creek KML, and I'm going to go to Google My Maps. Here, Google My Maps. Create new map. I'm going to import that file that I just downloaded right here, Dark Creek. Open this up. So here's our Dark Creek beta. I'm going to change the base map here and look at this. And now I'm gonna kind of plot the purpose of doing this. I'm going to plot the drainage here, so I can see what size of drainage area we have, And then looking at the elevation lines here, I think that this one says 5,200 feet. This is about 5,000 feet. So high points here in the Dark Creek area are about 5,000 feet ish. So let's map this drainage. I'll start here. I'm just going to go along the high points and say, all right, anything in this area is going to drain into Dark Creek. And this is easiest if you make a rough estimate and then go back and tune it up later. I'll save that. Now when I zoom in on this, if I want to make any corrections, I can. It's pretty simple. And you know what? Things like this aren't really a big deal to know the exact drainage here. You're kind of just getting a rough estimate of the area that you're looking at, that to expect where the water is coming from and the snow melt and whatnot. So that's pretty good. It says it's 4.75 square miles, and then just the line around it is 8.37 miles. So here's our drainage on Dark. Maybe I move that. Well, we've got this drainage here. We've got this drainage here. The creek is in red. Maybe that doesn't really drain into there. Maybe it's over here. Maybe this is a more accurate representation of what is going to drain into our creek. The green line is our approach. The red line is the descent in the creek. And then this little camera picture says that this is a flow check spot. But in my opinion, this is not a very good flow check spot. That you've got to hike. I don't know. I'm sure there's a measurement tool on here. Here it is. You've got to hike a mile to do flow check. So that's that. Let me exit out of that. So Google will let you change the colors here. If I wanted that drainage to be orange, you can make it orange. Now you can move this to other maps as well. I'm going to export this. Export the KML. I'm going to download that. It's called Untitled Map right here. But if I wanted to take this into CalTopo, we've got CalTopo loaded on this page, CalTopo. I'm going to I'm going to import, choose my file, and here's my untitled map. I'm going to open that, select everything, and import that. I'm going to make me name it Dark. Save. So here's Dark. Here's the Dark Creek on the on CalTopo. If I'd rather use CalTopo as my mapping software, I've got the same thing. And I could have built this on CalTopo. Google My Maps, I just find that, that's easier for me because that's what I learned. And I think I learned that off of the V7 course, how to make these maps here. And V7 also teaches you to map this in Windy, or import your map into Windy so you can look at the weather forecast. So we'll do that. We'll upload a KML here, and we'll choose our file. We're going to grab that untitled map again. So this is the wind forecast. Here on the side, I can look at rain accumulation map. So I can back this off and say, okay, for the next 3 days, this is the accumulation. This is more important, like in Utah, when you're, you could risk flash floods. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we don't have as many flash floods in creeks. The creek flow increases when it rains, but nothing like the flash floods of Utah. So this is how to get the map into Windy and look at your weather forecast for the map that you made. And I'll come back here to Ropewiki and roll this down. I think everything's on here. Once you have an account, you can edit. I just did some edits on here this morning. for the Dark Creek. So this is a community page where everybody tunes this up and keeps this up to date. But yeah, this is about all I know about Ropewiki and the flow data, entering flow data and making some maps.